morning, everyone, and thank you, panelists, for making the time to be here. So the topic AI is AI taking human out of human resource. I want to begin with this three proverbs or metaphors, some of which you may have heard. The first one is artificial intelligence is not a match for human stupidity. That really is what the ethical challenge of AI could be, right? I mean, and sometimes governments, fake news, or all of that, and hallucinations could get there because of what humans feel at the back end of AI. The second one, you have heard, we talk to the people, will AI take away my job? And you have heard this one that AI won't take away your job, it's a tool. But somebody who uses AI better than you certainly will. Will jobs go away and will human not be required? Not true. But the nature of jobs will change. And the question is, will the nature of your job change and are you relevant to that? And the best metaphor I've heard about AI is, let's say there are two human beings walking or running, right? A old person can walk very slowly and you cover 4 kilometers an hour, and the fastest man can do 40 or 10 times better or something like that in an hour. Think of AI as a car and you're a driver. So you might drive at 50, 60, the faster might drive 3 times better than you, 4 times better than you. So that's the difference. It takes up productivity and efficiency to a much higher level. And that's the power of AI as I see it. Now, and I see a lot of cynicism around AI. And people know it won't happen. I think what's coming in our way is not a learnability, but an inability to unlearn and be then ready to relearn. The power of AI, and I've been using it, I'm on an advisory board in India on the Digital Transformation Committee and all. And the power of AI is the growth from within, right? It will improve productivity in the flow of work if you use it well. And there are enough use cases, right? Marketing, learning, copy editing, these are no-brainer use cases. Certainly will improve it if you try it. And we've done surveys to see where is trust high and where is low. The lowest trust is women, lower income groups, and senior citizens. And how do we have run pilots to improve adoption? And it is to identify a use case that segment or genre of people are interested in. Let them pilot and let them embrace curiosity and empowerment. With that introduction, I will now move to the panelists. And AI won't replace, but certainly digital. So I'm also using a physical notepad and how did I prepare for the thing? One last thing, how did I prepare for the thing? Shilpi sent me the profile of the panelists. I put the LinkedIn link of their profile and asked this is the team 50 questions. So they gave me questions and I didn't like it too much. Then I went to the LinkedIn profile, picked up what they had written a little more detail about themselves, and then I put 3 questions. Then I got better questions. And then I edited it and modified it. So it hasn't taken me out of it, but I did use it effectively for myself. What do you think? So I'm going to read those questions. So I'll begin with you, Adam. Your work with CC included creating a unique data set to track diversity and detect biases. How do you see AI playing a role in promoting diversity and inclusion in the hiring or other HR?
Thank you. Thanks for having me here, everybody. So first of all, diversity and inclusion obviously is an incredibly important topic. It's something that was the centre of what we've tried to do this season. The short answer to that is data, knowledge, training and management. And what I mean by that is using AI on a richer data set. It allows people to have knowledge and awareness that hasn't existed before at the most important point of the recruitment process. So the most important point of the recruitment process is actually at the top of the funnel, the application stage. Because that's where the highest number of people start the process. It's very easy for a company to say, we are an inclusive business, have a look at our office, you will see a diverse range of talent here. But the question is, where did you start from the application process when you have 200, 300, 400 candidates? So currently, when candidates apply, they apply simply with CV. Decisions are made left or right on whether you decide to meet that candidate. there's no way of getting inside the human mind to understand why they said yes or no at the CV stage. So they're just making assumptive decisions on the data set that they have there and then. And even if you said to somebody, I think that you're saying no because you prioritize men over women, for example, they're never going to admit that. So it's challenging. What AI gives you the ability to do so, along with what we've built, tried to build with CZ, is using video at the application stage, not instead of the CV, but as well as the CV. So what that allows us to do, it allows us to then have software that's built predictive analytics. So we know certain important information as a compositional breakdown of candidates. So we know ethnicity, age, gender, geographical location, education. We know all of that stuff and the combination of the CV and also from the video, the predictive analytics that we built. So we're able to, first of all, show businesses the breakdown of that compositional data, and that's helpful because it allows you to understand, first of all, who's applying to your jobs. Because you can't be seen as being not diverse if you only attract certain kinds of candidates. That's the first thing. It gives the knowledge of who's applying. Secondly, we're able to then assess and analyze the behavior. So we know if a hiring manager, when they're reviewing that video content, we know if they watch the whole video, at what point do they stop watching it, do they watch it without the volume on, and it shows patterns of prioritization towards or against candidates that are in the various compositional breakdowns. So it's a long-winded way of saying that we actually get full visibility of where people tend to prioritize or where they tend to step away from. And we give that data to businesses for them to be able to have the knowledge and the awareness, either anonymously, or we can show the actual individual, so depending on what the company wants. With that knowledge, they're able to then have a conversation, perhaps improve awareness and training, and then manage the results. So it's a long-winded way of saying that AI and video in combination give you visibility and data of who's applying and how they're being assessed, and that's just not possible to see.
And very quickly, how do you measure superior outcomes from the video?
I mean, so I don't feel that, let's say, me or our business should be the judge and jury of what's good about behaviour. We just try to provide better visibility and more data for that business to make their own decisions ultimately.
Fair enough. Thank you. Fail to you, my question. As an advocate of UNSD goals, how can AI be used to promote wellness, CSR, sustainability practices within the organizations, especially in industries that are familiar with like beauty, luxury, and ensure that they have meaningful social impact because there are also big countries in there.
Thank you for the question, and I'm very happy to be with all of you today. I'm happy to answer to the question. Just if I take 2 seconds to understand more about the audience. How many entrepreneurs are here? Amazing. That how many business owners or organization leaders? So today I will talk about topics like sustainability, wellness, or CSR. They are major topics that are at the center of the conversation, and the business organization, the business influence is now than never very important. So AI, the conversation about AI, taking human out of the source, taking human is not starting at the starting point. The starting point is how do we learn and de-learn, by the way, that's a very good point about the way operate in business and the way we purpose our businesses. Whatever we are, entrepreneurs, business owners, business leader in major organization, and I have myself collaborated with corporation of more than 4 million turnover a year. So it's really about now than never with the emergence of this biggest disruption in humanity and business, which is AI, to really, it's an invitation of repurposing our businesses through powerful visions that really relocates and recenter our respective activities as a businesses towards a purpose of social impact, starting with the people wellness, people leadership in organizations, the customers, very important. How do we create value for customers? How do we maintain this value over time? And then how do we do this so that our societal impact about including other communities, about preserving nature, preserving the environment, how can we do it the best we can? Then only the leverage of AI can be very powerful to understand better the customer patterns, to be able to automate, to be able to use AI to optimize marketing, branding. The AI tool is phenomenal. It's infinite. It's so powerful. It's so intelligent because it's a super mind that taps into the collectiveness of humanity and intelligence in all time. So the question is not anymore, do we use AI? Is AI going to replace us? The question is, how do we show up and maintain the leadership? So for this, we need to do two things. We need to fundamentally rethink, redesign our business proposals, the value creation of business, the business influence, regardless of the size of your organization. You are a starting entrepreneur or you are the CEO of a 4 billion company, it's exactly the same approach. And only for me, the future-proof, the business which are future-proof, the business we will maintain in time, will be the businesses who have repositioned themselves into true value creation. When I say value, for people, for customers, for society. And by purposing their businesses with strong vision and mission that is reflected in all their activities, with sustainability, of course, embracing AI can lift your organization. It is an infinite mind, but it needs preliminary to using the tool. It needs us as leaders, as business owners, to expand our minds. This is very important. Do not confuse the tool with the end. The tool is not the end. The tool is really how we use it, how we understand it, how we communicate with it, the art of prompt engineering, and the way we interact with the tool. It can really fast-track your evolution, your growth, and your impact. So answering the question in three parts, it will be the first part to really utilize AI into wellness, CSR, and sustainability approach. The first preliminary step is really to reposition the businesses into value proposition that is sustainable, into purposing these businesses and missions to a vehicle for impacts, people impact, customer impact, society impact, and then finding the right equation for the organization to be aligned with the value of the creation, and then utilize AI. And AI will really be a force for good if we have this mindset. Thank you.
Thank you for a very comprehensive roadmap and also the sequence of that. In terms of the redefining of the value proposition and really in businesses, what does AI allow us to do? What we see, Y Combinator and other people that are value are now really posing the challenge. Do we need more than 10 people to create a $1 billion? I don't know how many people can create this threat for now. But then it's possible, a lot of possible. And AI has a lot to do with things like that. I mean, trillion dollar companies, we went from 1 trillion for something that actually didn't have anyone near there. Again, power. So we can see all of the transformation happening. Thank you for that. Hassan, to you my question, with your exclusively experience in organization and development and transformation, how do you see AI influencing the future of pre-cooperative development and business possibility?
Thank you for having me here. You see, HR should be treated as not as a threat but as a tool and a catalyst for change, right? And it has actually revolutionized how we do organizational development and the business process re-engineering. So as it's said that we overestimate of what is going to happen in the next 2 years and then underestimate what is going to happen in the next 10 to 15 years, right? So AI has actually revolutionized that and proved us wrong. Why? Because AI gives you insights, AI gives you trends, AI it gives you information, and the main advancement is that how we capitalize this data coming out of the AI which is processing it, and then how do we leverage it by inculcating it with human ingenuity, right? So that is the most important aspect in it, right? So we have the trends, we have the information, we have the alignments, we have everything AI doing for us, but where do we leverage it? By doing strategic planning, by doing relationship building, by looking into organizational transformation from an end, where you have empathy to it, where you have insights into it. So that is how you change organizational development and business process re-engineering.
Thank you, Anand, for reassuring us that this human parts like empathy and all, and kindness and mindfulness are actually going to be powered by more targeted insights, literally, one that AI knows. Pranali, last but not least, to you, I have a question. From your experiences in corporate wellness initiatives, what are the key challenges in maintaining a balance between technology-driven wellness decisions and the personal human touch in activities like laughter, yoga, and other practices?
First of all, good morning to everyone, and thank you for coming today. And thank you, Jyoti, for this question, because as a wellness coach and a laughter yoga expert, I never ever thought how I can think about AI in a wellness program. So I think this question gave me the ability to do a bit of research, understand and see how I can answer this question. So human touch, right? All of us know that without a human touch, especially targeting the emotions and the mindfulness of an individual, can only come when there is a human touch. For example, I'm a laughter yoga guys. If I tell you guys, let's do laughter for a minute, that's a human touch. But the technology, when it comes to saying that, okay, now you laugh. How do you laugh? That was the question will come. So when it comes to challenges, I think about a human connection between an AI and with that. There's a huge gap which I see. Second thing is work-life balance. I mean, today, especially after the COVID, we've seen that all of us are working. I mean, there's a hybrid working style, as well as some companies are giving you the option of working from home, right? What we see is that we are actually working throughout the day. There's never a break. But if we have a human connection, what will happen is that, yes, there is a tool through which we can function through our AI technology. But if we accommodate a break while we are working, what will happen? You will have time, you'll be able to balance out work as well as your personal touch. So I see that these challenges will affect a connection between an AI and a workplace balance. So the third thing, technology. Of course, everybody knows that today technology is going up the ladder, and especially after the COVID, there has been a huge transition. So certainly, technology is a tool. Everybody is looking. You have apps which makes us comfortable nowadays. But when it comes to welfare or wellness programs, it gives you a different chunk altogether, right? There is a human connection. So again, there is a work-place balance. So I feel, Jyoti, that it's very important to differentiate an AI. I think AI cannot replace a human, but AI certainly can be a tool to be used for humans to take over and come as a group rather than we as a replace them.
Fascinating. I would have never thought that we will have a conversation with AI and laughter yoga in the same sentence, but we're seeing the value already. So thank you for that insight and the connection and the power that it possibly through. We talked about look for use cases that are applicable, and here's a great example. Thank you. Adam, back to you. Given your focus on improving both candidate and company experiences through smart tech, what are the most significant challenges you see in integrating AI into the hiring process, and how can that be addressed while maintaining a human touch?
So I think the first thing that comes to mind when we talk about challenges, I think there is the current situation, the risk that businesses and people will tend to do one of two things. One is jump into it too quickly, too much, and one is procrastinate, live lucky. And that's probably because it's new and not properly understood as it yet, so getting to traditional kind of human reactions. So that being said, what I feel is important to do is just to be aware that this is something that could and should and will need to be used within most processes across most businesses. I would assume that certainly within the hiring process. So we should start to look at what and how we can implement. I feel almost like the typical way that you would approach any technology or software-based programming would be iterative changes kind of over time. Some of those iterative changes will work and some of them won't work. So I feel that that's the challenge that exists, and if companies are willing and able to start to be open to ways that they could use different AI-based components and parts within the hiring process, test them, use them, gauge feedback. The good thing is AI process will always give you data and visibility. And establish both from an analytical response and from a human response. Is it helping? Is it helping? Is it improving? So, don't just make changes for the sake of it because you think it's fashionable and you have to have some AI in the process. That doesn't make sense. But also don't not do it thinking it will totally change the business. So I think kind of the fear will lead to the jump off the cliff or the standing there for 3 years and procrastinate. That's probably the biggest challenge.
Thank you so much. In fact, I see in my work also. The mantra that seems to work is fail fast, fail cheap, and fail smart. It allows you to fail cheap because you can try pilots. And what does fail smart mean? It means fail down when you have operational failure. There was a process and we did something and we failed or we broke or didn't work. Fail smart is I was planning an experiment or a hypothesis or a pilot, and I realized that it's not valid or it's that I cannot take basic step to go off the cliff. So thank you for that. Very to you my question. With your background in the MENA region, what unique challenges and opportunities do you see AI transforming the way businesses approach growth and mission impact?
Thank you for the question. Indeed, Dennis and Yuri have demonstrated their pioneer mindset and vision in the last 20 years. I was very grateful and happy to be part of the development of this country through the retail activity. So, for example, I have been working in the duty-free environment for over 10 years, and I've seen all the development of Dubai Airport and of course Qatar, all the countries around, and the way that the retail has been part of the UAE economic developments. And of course, in the country also the different roles and the business approach of big corporation in the region is absolutely fantastic. Now, reflecting on one of the wisdom tools of Sheikh Zayed, one of the great leaders of all time, is the definition of leadership, and to go back to what is true leadership. True leadership is really about creating better realities for others and serving people. So in this conversation about AI, cross-industry, cross-businesses, it's really again about how to utilize this fantastic infinite tool, How do we learn it? How do we learn how to communicate with it? And how do we utilize it to really go to the next level of value creation? And for the UAE, the challenge will be, and the opportunity to continue this roadmap of development, utilizing this intelligence to create even more customer experience, even more sustainable approach in the way of doing business. And it's really about two things: human centricity. How do we improve the human experience at work, customer-wise, lifestyle-wise, in all category of business, health, architecture, sports, all the industries? How do we keep the human centricity, and how interacting with AI we keep human in the loop? It is extremely important to stand up for our leadership and bring this visionary and conscious leadership that will drive AI for positive impact and outcome. We need to go back to how AI operates. I don't want to go into too much details, but basically AI is you give an input, it gives you an output. So the quality summarizer, whatever it is, text AI or video or images or action AI, it's really the idea of I put an input and then I expect and I drive the model to give me an output. Okay? So the most and the best I have clarity on what outcome I want as a leader, as an organization, as a professional, the more specific I am in inputting, in prompt engineering the AI, the best outputs the AI will give you. So in reality, and this can be extrapolated to a country. What is the vision the country has? Transformative vision, transformative organization, transforming people, transforming the way people consume. What's the vision of transformation we have? How do we reach this vision, and how do we utilize AI? And then we can fast track, improve the quantity of the outcome. So human centricity is really important. Societal centricity, how do we create better value for people without damaging nature, with preserving the equilibrium. And then how do we understand and utilize AI with always keeping human in the loop? As you said, when the example is very beautiful, when you prepare this conversation, you have utilized AI to help you, but you have given your insight, your intelligence, your consciousness to the tool for the best outcome. Otherwise, it's going to be having an amazing tool without knowing how to use it, without knowing where we are going, and this is going to create massive gaps. So I will just end by asking one question to the audience, if you allow me. Okay. If you want, I give you a metaphor. I love using metaphors. If you want to build a house, where do you start? What do you need to start building a house? It's not a question, intellectual question, it's intuitive. So you want to build a house, where do you start? What do you need? Design? Yes. What else? If you want to build a house?
Strategic planning.
Strategic planning, yes. What else? Tools to build a house? Yes. But before all this, strategic design, strategic plan for house, using the tools, creating the painting, etc. It starts in your head, in the imagination. You need to imagine the house, right? Anything that was created, this chair, this dress, even us, this is another conversation, started with imagination. And this is the role that we need to remember about business. Business is about creating and imagining. So utilizing AI for liberating the space for business owners, leaders, government leaders to imagine, to use this imagination and innovation to transform society for better lives, addressing the UN, the sustainability, UN SDG big challenge. That's the conversation. And then you can use the AI for this. So the first level of business value creation is imagination, innovation, value creation, and then leveraging of AI can be amazing.
Thank you, fascinating. I come away inspired and energized that the combination leadership like vision can be even more on steroids using AI. Hassan, I come to you. As someone who has driven growth and success in various organizations, what role do you believe AI can play in enhancing productivity and efficiency of businesses without compromising the human and hard aspect of value and value?
Thank you so much. It's very interesting. So I want to start by saying that coming together is the beginning, staying together is progress, and then working together is actually success, right? So AI is a tool that we can use to innovate, create, and think on an organizational level in terms of organizational success. So how would AI would actually help us? So AI would help us by giving us information, giving us insights, giving us logical information so we can live, right? So think of an organization like a pyramid structure. So on top you have the strategic planning, in the middle you have human interaction, and in the end you have all your organizational operations coming on. With the integration of AI, what happens is you flip the pyramid. Now you spend more time which is strategic planning. Why? Because the node because the node of operations is now being taken care by AI. But what hasn't changed is the middle the middle part of the pyramid, which is actually you connecting with the human, right? So with all the information that we have and all what AI can do for us, now it gives us humans more time to interact with each other, build up a new relationship with each other, innovate, start thinking about things, and actually being more creative, right? So if we actually want to leverage AI, we have to implement AI in a more human-centric form, right? So the more human-centric, the less threatened we will be from AI, and we will have more control on the information that it will be giving us. Right? Because AI is a small child. The more information that you will feed to it, or whatever information that you would feed to it, that output would also come to you. So the more valuable inputs you have, the more valuable quality outputs you would have.
I love the metaphor of AI as a child. I think, and that is beautiful, and also so reassuring us that maybe it takes the grunt work and the drudgery out of our work and liberates us in many senses to do fulfilling centric empathy. So thank you for that. And Pranali, I feel even the transformative power of laughter yoga, improving team dynamics and morale, we talked about that earlier. How do you see AI assisting in customization and personalization of wellness programs to meet the unique needs of employers?
Thank you. So firstly, wellness, what are wellness programs? Right? I mean, there are so many types of wellness programs. And if AI comes as a partner with a wellness program, then it's a magic. So how do you think? I mean, to be honest, I look at AI as an app, as a tool, as a technology, which can probably help anybody who is delivering a wellness program. So to give you an example, say that you come to a session where you had a laughter yoga session. You had an amazing laughter yoga session. By the way, laughter yoga is a technique of laughing with some breathing exercise, just to enhance what's laughter yoga. So now you come, you attended the session, and you've gone back. And you say, oh, I had a wonderful session, that's it, right? But if you have AI as a tool, and imagine you have an app, like how you have the iPhone, right? Everybody has some kind of an app wherein the watch tells you, oh, you have walked so many steps, right? Now imagine you have an app which tells you, you know what, the stress level has gone up. You need to take a break. what do? You will say, oh, stress level looks like very low. Okay, let me take a break. You will probably stop for a minute, you will walk around, you will do a bit of the stretching, you will come back and sit. Now you see your stress level is actually falling down. What happens? Now AI is using this tool which they are using is helping us become better and better. So I see, again, coming back to the same point, that AI can be not a replacement of human, but rather AI can be a tool which a human can use to enhance and get better, not just with the mindset, but also giving it a very holistic approach. And I think if all the wellness programs are used through an AI tool, I think you can do. I'm looking at it from a bigger picture, that today is, I start with this AI app and give it to every one of you guys. I can do a laughing yoga session, it doesn't matter where I am. I can tell you guys, these are the customized plans of laughter yoga. Now, laughter yoga has certain exercise. See, for example, you don't like this laughter yoga exercise, but when you look into the tool, you see, there are different variations of it. So the AI tool will actually help depending on your mood, your energy, and will try and give you, what these exercises will be good at this point of hour. So AI can do wonders, definitely. It's just that you as humans, or as we as humans, need to incorporate into a wellness program in such a way that AI tool becomes useful for human. Thank you.
Thank you, Pranali. Your energy is really infectious, and I like to see how you're going to be able to use this app and take this to artists or people that you can't reach with film customization. Thank you, panelists. I think we've been very reflective and engaged about it.